These are the earrings that we're going to make. And here is the earring in a few different color schemes. So let's talk about the materials we're going to need. For these earrings, you're going to need 8 6mm bicone crystals, 11/0 Toho seed beads, and you're also going to need a couple of 6 or 8 seed beads to connect the ear hooks with jump rings. So let's get started. I am using a size 10 needle with 6-pound fire line, and I'm going to start by putting on a 6mm bicone crystal and 3 11/0 seed beads. String that on. And then I want to go back down through the crystal. Add 3 seed beads and go back up through the crystal. Then I want to go back through these 3 seed beads. 1, 2, 3, and back down through the crystal. Here's where I can pull it tight and tie a knot. And then I want to go back through these 3 seed beads. 1, 2, and 3. At this point, I'm going to add some seed beads around the sides. Add 4 seed beads and go up and through the next 3 seed beads at this end. 1, 2, and 3. Add 4 seed beads and go through the next 2 seed beads. So now I'm coming out of the tip of this end. Next, I want to start making florets on each corner. So since I'm at the end of the crystal, I add 3 seed beads and go back through the tip of the same bead I'm coming out of. I call them florets. There's like this little embellishment at this corner here. Then I want to go through the next 3 seed beads. So I'm coming out the middle of the side of the crystal. Making a floret on the side here, so I add 4 seed beads, string that on. And I want to go through the first of those 4 that I just put on, plus the next 3 seed beads. Made a little floret there. Now I want to go through the tip, the next seed bead. Making the next floret, I add 3 seed beads and go through that same seed bead I'm coming out of. Then I want to go through the next 3 seed beads to make the next floret along the side. So I add 4 seed beads, string that on, go through the first of those and the next 3 seed beads. I'm going to continue through this tip seed bead. As I'm going around, what I want to be is coming out of this seed bead here to make the next crystal on top of it. So I'm coming out of this seed bead. I'm going to go through the next 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 seed beads. And then through this seed bead. So this is going to be the bottom of the next crystal component here, and this will be the top of the earring. So I'll add a seed bead, a 6mm, and 3 seed beads, string that on. And go back down through the crystal. Add a seed bead, and I want to go through that same tip I started with and the next seed bead that I just added. So this is the set of 3 seed beads. This is a set of 3 seed beads to repeat kind of what we did over here. So now we're going to put seed beads along the sides, add 4 seed beads, go through all 3 of these seed beads at the top. 1, 2, 3. Add 4 seed beads and go through the next 2. 1 and 2. Now I'm coming out of this seed bead and I want to go through the next 3 to make the first floret. 1, 2, 3. I add 4 seed beads, string that on, and go through the first one that I added plus the next 3. Makes a floret right there. And I'll go through this tip, the next seed bead. And this next floret I'm going to make is actually the top of the earring. So I want to put on an 11-0, a 6 or 8 seed bead, and an 11-0 for this top floret, because that's where the jump ring will go through. And I want to go back through the tip seed bead, the same one I'm coming out of. Next, I want to go through the next 3 seed beads. Now we already have a floret here, so we're not going to make one, we're just going to hook into this one by just going through that seed bead right there and through the next 3 seed beads. I'm going to go through the next seed bead at the tip there. And at this point, I want to be coming out of this seed bead to make the next crystal. I'll make it top down. This one we made bottom up, this one we'll make top down. Since I'm coming out of this seed bead, I'm going to go up through the side and around the floret, all the way around. So going through the next 4 seed beads. And through the next 3. 1, 2, and 3. So we'll make another crystal component. Add a seed bead, 6mm crystal, and 3 seed beads. String that on. Go back up through the crystal. Add a seed bead and go through where we started in the next seed bead. Turn this upside down. Add 4 seed beads to go around the side, going through all 3 of these seed beads. 1, 2, and 3. Add 4 seed beads and go through the next 2. 1, do 1 first, and 2. Now we're ready to make the florets. We'll go through the next 3 seed beads. And we already have a floret here, so we're not going to make one. We'll hook into this one. Go through the next 3 seed beads. 1, 2, 3. Going through the tip, making the next floret. Add 3 seed beads, go through the tip again. Go through the next 3 seed beads. This is a side floret, so we add 4, string it on. Go through the first seed bead and the next 3. So at this point, I want to be coming out through this seed bead going in this direction. So from here, I'm going to go through the tip and the next seed bead. Then I can go through the crystal. Then, because I want to be coming down, I'm going to go down through this one, through this tip, and down through this one. Through the tip and down through that side of the floret. So I'm coming down out of this bead now, and I'm ready to make the drop. So I'll add 6 seed beads, a 6 millimeter crystal, and 4 seed beads. String that on. Then I want to go back up through the seed bead before the crystal, and the seed bead after the crystal. When I pull that tight, it should have a little floret there on the end. Then I add 5 seed beads, and I go up through the side of that floret. Now, this is pretty much the finished earring, but to finish it off, I'm going to weave it back through. I'm going to reinforce this loop here a little bit, since that's where the earring will be hanging from, and then before I tie a knot. So I'm coming up out of this floret. I'm going to go through the tip and follow it around the side. Go through the next 3 or 4 seed beads, just following it around the side to get to the top. Go through the next 3. Seed beads. Going through this tip. And this next seed bead plus the next 3 or 4, or next 3, but I'll go through, I'm going through 3 right there, and then the next one here, and the tip, so the next 2 there. So now I've made it around to this tip, and I want to reinforce this loop. So I'm going to go through the 11-0, the 6 or 8, the 11-0, and around maybe one more time through the tip, through the 11-0, through the 6 or 8, through the 11-0, and through the tip. Now this is where I'll tie a knot. I'll put my needle under the thread that's between the seed beads. Go through the loop once, twice, and pull. All right. Now this is the finished earring. We just need to snip the ends and add the jump ring for the ear hook. So now we just take our jump ring and open it. Feed it through that large seed bead at the top. Add the ear hook and close it. And that is the finished earring.